What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hopefully you guys are having a good day. So if you notice I'm wearing one of my coffee guy t-shirts, you should go pick one up for yourself. I'd really appreciate it. But anyways, guys, today we are working on this Civic again, this kind of gently clapped out but a lot of nice part type Civic. So if you guys didn't watch the last video, I had created the crash bar because this thing has like no front end on it. So I just welded it straight to the frame rails because these were end plated already. And then we made intercooler mounts, which are these nice gusset triangle type thingies that we got going on here and here. And then we also made some radiator mounts and a radiator tab and got that all situated. So today's video, we are going to be picking up, we have to fix the downpipe. It's got a pretty hefty crack and it's a nice looking downpipe though. It just got dropped or something, like it was on the car. The car hit something going on the trailer, something like that, and it cracked. So I'm going to be repairing the downpipe, and then we're going to try and get the intercooler situation taken care of, or well, I mean the charge piping situation taken care of, because it needs it. As a quick recap, this is a customer car that got dropped off for some fab work and a little bit of mechanical work. So this is a Vitara build with a Speed Factory manifold, precision turbo, some nice pipe work there, you know, like big old intercooler, what is that, Go Auto Works intercooler. And it's got some nicer parts on it. But yeah, so downpipe, I don't know that you can see it right now because the intercooler's in the way, but right, you can see that really dark line is a big old crack right there. So gotta repair that. And then the charge pipe. So we do have some charge piping, but a big issue is there's supposed to be a traction rod that goes right here. As you can see, he has the traction bar, the radius arm, whatever you want to call it. So right where this coupler is going, where the charge pipe is supposed to be, it's hitting. So we got to modify that, and I don't know if the rest of the piping is going to fit. So we have some that was supplied with the car that was supposed to be like pre-made to it or whatever. We'll see about that because I don't know exactly where the intercooler was sitting before, so I may have to end up modifying this side of the piping, but for sure we have to figure out a situation for this side of the piping. Got 3 sections of pipe here that I just pulled out of the car, so that one obviously goes on that side. This one obviously goes up towards the intake, so this one must just go around here. I'm gonna test fit these quick and see what all fits. Well, I can see now that this is definitely not going to clear, and I also saw that that boot has a big tear in it anyway, so even if this did fit, that's still no bueno. So I think the only way to really go about this might be to weld it straight to the compressor housing, maybe get it higher, or I don't know, because we don't have a whole lot of ground clearance to go even lower, so I'm gonna have to figure this one out. So I gotta text the guy. Well, I mean, I just did text the guy. I gotta wait for him to bring by the radius rod so that way I can try and figure this out. Because I think I'm either gonna have to cut that coupler really short and then I might be able to just wiggle this in there, or I'll have to use some pie cuts, or I might be able to modify the radius rod and get it to do like a bend or something to go kind of under the coupler just a little bit. I can probably make him a new radius rod because it doesn't look like it's very thick tube or anything. So in the meantime, next job is going to be now I'm going to take off the downpipe, get that fixed up, and then also I want to try and just tack weld these little bumper things back in place because they are the tack welds that were on them broke, and it's very, like, they're about to fall apart, and getting the bumper on is a huge pain in the butt. But also I want to try and add a little tab to, like, you know, get this to sit up a little bit better, because right now it's very flimsy. So if I can just make a little bracket to go from like here to here and then maybe here to here and still have the hole for the clips or whatever, if I have clearance. I'll have to test it with the bumper and the grill and stuff, but if I can, I'm gonna do that because I really hate how that is, because that's really bad. But first things first, let's get this downpipe off. Thankfully there's no exhaust, just the O2 sensor and the downpipe, which looks like some couple star shaped bolt, or 12 mil bolts or whatever. Dude, there's freaking mosquitoes everywhere still. This is annoying. But yeah, let's get the downpipe off, get that patched up. There's that crack. That's a pretty big crack, so I'm going to try my best to try and squeeze it back together, pinch it back together, and then I'm going to go ahead, I'm actually going to probably purge this thing out just to help clean up the inside of this. Now there's no way to get like a really clean weld on here because of all the carbon buildup that is on the inside of there just from it being used, but by back purging it, we're still going to get a stronger, cleaner weld on there for the repair that we are doing. So wire wheel, get in there, and then probably brake clean, try and really get in there, break up some of the carbon that's on the inside of the weld joint right there, and get in here, purge it, and weld it. It came out pretty good. Like I said, it's nice and purged, so that should be a good strong weld anyway. So I just trimmed that coupler, and I really think that's gonna work. Like, can't really see the angle too well right here, but I think that's gonna help. That bar might just barely rub it, but like I said, I can always just modify the traction bar, but I did confirm it's not in the car, so guy texts back, so he's gonna bring it by later. So next up, I think I'm probably just gonna start on probably the window regulator, because that's gonna be the easiest one. Well, not easiest, but next thing that I don't have to get under the car for. So as for the oil pan bung and stuff, I have an extra D-series oil pan because this one already has a bung, it's just in the wrong spot. So I'll see if he wants to just buy that pan off me for a couple bucks and I can weld the bung in it, or if he wants me to cut the old one off, patch that hole up, and do that. But either way, this drain isn't gonna drain, I don't think, correctly. I don't know if I showed you that. Let me show you that really quick. So I'm sure as many of you know, turbos drain based off of gravity, and this line is basically just totally flat almost. Like, there's no angle to that, and that's not supposed to be at the bottom of the pan. So this not only has to go up higher, it has to be like way up there. So I really don't know what he wants me to do about that, because this turbo just sits too low. Like, I really don't think there's anything I can do about that. So I don't know. I don't know how you normally get around that. So I'm just gonna wait for the guy to get here with that traction bar or the traction rod or whatever, and then I'll mention it to him again, because at first he was like, nah, just weld it, just sand it, I'm just gonna sell the car anyway. But I can't just put it at the bottom of the pan, because there's no way that oil is ever gonna drain out of the turbo, because it's gonna be blocked by a barricade of more oil in the pan. So that's not gonna be good, because that'll end up smoking the turbo out. Obviously oil is gonna be back feeding up, I think. So yeah, gonna have to try and figure that situation out. So in the meantime, I'm actually gonna make some lunch really quick, and then we can come back out here, we can get started on that window regulator. Hopefully I don't screw that one up. I've only done like 2 in my life. Got the new window regulator motor stuff there. Gotta take the door card off, but I also gotta try and see if I can get this thing to get some power, because I gotta roll the window down. It does have the battery in the trunk, I just don't know if it actually works. So we'll find out together, eh? It doesn't even look like it's hooked up, so that might be a problem. So following the cables, he's got this ran down here. So he's got power wire here, but where is it grounded at? I don't see a ground wire anywhere. Oh wait, I think this is it. Maybe. Okay, well let's see if we can get this to work. Not my fault if this blows up. Okay. On. Does that do anything? Oh, looks like it. Maybe this thing is totally dead. Huh, well that's a problem. Well, that's definitely not what that's supposed to look like. So I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's no connector there. It's all the connectors, or the terminal pins, whatever they're called, pins. It's all the pins just kind of glued into their corresponding spot, and it doesn't seem like we're getting any power to it. So I don't know what we should do. Let me try this again. So key forward shows that we have power. Yeah, no matter what I do, we ain't getting nothing here. So I'm gonna have to try and get my voltmeter and see if we're even getting power to the switch. I just found this whole chunk of wire sitting inside the door that's part of some sort of harness that ties in here, so I don't really know. The other window's not even working though, like neither switch is, so I'm assuming like something's not plugged in. Something can't be plugged, because this switch over here doesn't work on its own either. So I don't know. So I just was looking down here at the fuse box trying to find a diagram for the one over there, and I found that this one, wherever the cover went, shows that there's supposed to be a 40 amp fuse thingy like this, and this one is actually missing it right up here. So I'm gonna try and slap that on really quick and see if that changes anything. So let's see. No, nothing. So using the voltmeter, I noticed there's not even a connector on here. So this is for the window motor itself, and these two pins were just stuck on the, the pins here. But checking these for voltage at all, I get nothing. So I'm wondering where the other two pins are for this in the first place, and why it's like this in the first place. Like, I don't really know. I think the only thing I can really do at this point is check for voltage at the fuse box to see if the power is even there. And if it's not, I mean, I'm not getting paid to chase electrical issues, so I can't change the window regulator without being able to drop the window down a bit, and I don't really know how to do that without having power. I mean, again, I've only changed a couple regulators and I had power, so yeah. Until I can figure something else out, or until I can get this sorted out, I ain't got nothing to film. So I'll catch up with you guys here when I do something. So doing some digging, I found that fuse slot 11 on this fuse box is missing its fuse, and according to the diagram on Google, that appears to be the one. So I need a 20 amp fuse, but fuse slot 1, which apparently isn't used, has a 20 amp in it. So I'm gonna try swapping the fuse over really quick and seeing if that gets me anywhere. Yep, we're getting 12.3 volts, so slap the fuse in here, hope for the best. Okay, let's see what happens now. Oh, duh, should probably plug this in. So I don't really know which is which, so I'm kind of just going off of a whim here. We'll try that one. Nothing. So you know what? Let's see if this thing even gets power yet. So we'll just ground it off right there where I was. Nothing. Yeah, we still don't appear to be getting power at the switch itself. So that's about where I draw the line for now. I'll come back to you guys later after I do a little bit more research, but I just, power is getting from one fuse box to the next, but it's just not going from here to here. So I feel like this guy's just missing wires, or his harness could be damaged, because this is obviously got a lot of stuff that's not supposed to be here. So it is what it is. Had the owner come drop off the radius rod, and it actually clears up. Let me see if I can get a shot of that. So it is close, but obviously it's not going to be a huge issue. The radius rod isn't going to move up and down at all. So now that the whole front end at this point is taken care of, I did talk to him about the window situation. He agreed with me that the harness on this car is just absolutely trash. He's aware of it, but he wasn't just aware of how bad it was until I kind of showed him under the dash. It is wrecked. So I directed him to Doge. So hopefully Doge is willing to take this on, and then he said just forget about the window regulator for now, and then he'll have whoever does the wiring, if they can do it, they'll do that. If not, he'll bring it back to me. So now all that's left for me to really do is, now that the crash bar is good, intercooler mounts are good, radiator is good, charge piping is good. He asked me if I could find a spot to mount the boost controller, so I'm gonna have to go get some new vacuum line because this is not long enough to go anywhere. I mean, it's like right there, so. Get the boost controller mounted and then situate those rear trailing arm bushings, and this thing should be good to go home. So unfortunately for me, it's not as high of a paying job now because some of the work got kicked out of here, but it is what it is. He's happy with the work so far. He's really stoked on the front end, and I mean, some work is better than no work, just like some progress is better than no progress. New day has fallen upon us, and I was just out here sitting here with the car, the Civic, and actually I was able to get the window down. I forgot that we got this little jump pack thingy. It converts like normal power to 12 volt power, and it's perfect for situations like this. So it's it's this little guy. I don't know. Had it in the shed, but basically I was able to get the window down, so now I can get access to these bolts. So I'm gonna go ahead and swap this window regulator out. I'm sure the guy will be stoked. Get that done really quick, shouldn't be too hard. Yeah, let's do it. Everything's all bolted up. I'm gonna just try and roll the window all the way up, if I can remember which orientation the wires are going right now. And then I can tighten the last track because I kind of loosened it to see if it would make it easier. Sticking. I've been messing with this damn window for way too long. Probably like hour and a half now, but I think I finally got it. I think his guides, these pieces here, are kind of damaged because no matter what I do, no matter how I loosen, align, do anything, it doesn't want to work perfectly, and it keeps on like folding itself over here, and it's all like the piece that holds this guide over here is like wood glued in, and I'm not going to touch that because I'm not going to be responsible for that. But in general, this thing at least is working on the mechanical side. Oh. So it goes down. And it goes up. So I'm calling it. This thing's really frustrating me. Yeah, we're good. Door cards all put back together. Yeah. I'm just stoked that I got it done in the first place, but that was really, really frustrating. But now I have a really good idea of how to actually do window motors. That was the second or third one I've done, and it's been so long since I did mine. But now I can probably go ahead and redo mine, realign, since I got a better idea how to do it. But yeah, I think his guides, I think he needs new guides, because on the left side of the door, no matter what you do, it just like wants to suck in on itself, and I think if they're just damaged or worn out or something. But I'm not going to continue this video any longer because I am
tired of it. I don't know. I got a bug on my lens. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna wrap this video up now. We will finish this car up in the next video. We still gotta do those trailing arm bushings. I'm gonna try and re-weld these tabs, as well as maybe make one little support bar to help hold the core support up just a little bit better. Haven't decided yet totally, and then do the boost controller next, or mount it and stuff in the next video. But yeah, so if you guys did enjoy this video, be sure to let me know in the comments down below. If you're new to the channel, hopefully you have considered subscribing already. And if you wanna help support the channel, please, by all means, I got merch in the Big Cartel. I have a P.O. box you guys can send stuff to, whether it be like art or Hot Wheels or cool candies from your part of the world or whatever it may be. So it's all in the description. Use those Amazon affiliate links. That helps me the most. And anyways, guys, do what you love, forget about the rest, and we shall see you in the next one. Peace.